Film production's a great place to move into in terms of careers and jobs, and as an industry it's one of the most creative and collaborative spaces that you can move into, and is part of the fastest growing sector in the country right now, the creative industries. It's also intensely collaborative, which is really good to have.
So I studied film production because I have a real passion for film. You know, I've always loved films and I've always wanted to make films. So for me it was kind of a no-brainer on what course I wanted to do. It was just deciding where, and like I said, Southampton, especially Solent, felt like the perfect place for it.
We had lots of great lectures throughout the years, and what I liked most was that they were all working in the industry, so they had hands-on experience and knew exactly what we needed to learn, what we were to expect once we graduated. That was a great chance to learn more about how the industry feels like.
I found all the lecturers great. I think they're incredibly resourceful, they're incredibly helpful. The feedback you get from them is brilliant. You're never not learning with them. You're always learning new things every time you talk to someone.
The way they were teaching us was both technical and practical, which I believe was a great choice for film production, because you need to know both how to operate a camera, for example, and also you need to get that chance to get a camera out and shoot in different places.
They give you a real good experience of how to make films professionally.
There's a number of careers you can go into, of course, having studied film production. It's really good to get all of the general things under your belt, so you've got a good understanding of elements of directing, of shooting, cinematography, for example, post-production as well, and then you can specialise in those particular areas. So there's any number of roles that you can go into upon graduation.
What I enjoyed the most about my degree was that I got the chance at first to try out different departments in the film industry. And then I got to specialize in directing and first ADing, which is the ultimate department that I chose and that I want to follow. So what I enjoyed the most was the fact that I could try everything out, and then I could choose my own option while having a broad knowledge regarding the industry itself.
So film production I found a lot of fun. You know, I've got to make a few different projects over time and work out, you know, what I enjoy doing in film. And that was kind of the main thing for the first couple of years, so getting an opportunity to actually try out a load of different things like editing, cinematography, writing, and then what I landed on, which was directing. Being able to try things out meant that I got to really see what I wanted to do and what my passion was for. So I'm happy that the university gave me those opportunities.
While studying film production, I got to work on a lot of different kinds of films, including short films from 30 seconds, 1 minute to my final major project, which is a 50-minute short film. I also got the chance to work on documentaries. I got the chance to interview people in the film industry and also worked on commercials.
Solent for me was a great university from the start because it had all the opportunities I needed. You know, all the equipment, the facilities, especially film production, were all as good as industry standards.
We have a film production curriculum that is informed by the BFI strategy. This means that we can draw closely on support from BFI Southwest, which is the regional hub of the BFI that we belong to. It means that we're able to kind of stay current and up to date with what's happening nationally and internationally in terms of film culture, but it also means that we get access to opportunities and BFI networking events as well.
Well, we had quite a few guest lectures throughout the years, and I got a chance to meet some famous directors or editors, or even film funding producers based in UK who were able to offer us a lot of knowledge into the industry and how they were working in their certain departments.
So one of the things that we're particularly keen on is that we foster that sense of collaboration across courses. This means that students develop a network of colleagues and friends who all broadly graduate within the same time, so they're all moving into the creative industries at the same time. So they've got those contacts right from the beginning, and it means that the work that they produce on our courses can be incredibly sophisticated by drawing on those specialisms from other courses from other areas.
When working with different people, you really kind of build up a base of who you want to work with, and kind of when you finish uni and doing freelancing, you can ask those people afterwards, you know, and you've all worked with each other before, you understand how each other how each other work.
We have an excellent track record of visiting speakers from industry who come to meet our students. Eventually, some of them mentor our students and support them in their own creative practice. We're always keen that these are people who have a huge amount of experience in the industry, but also those who've not been in the industry for too long, so that their experience isn't too detached from the student's experience. What we tend to do is put on events annually which can take part within our festival, alongside Solent Post, which is one of our key events of the year, where we bring together industry experts from post-production to be able to meet our students, offer masterclasses and support for the work that they do.
It's great because it means that when we leave uni we can just go into freelancing and we've kind of understood how it works. I think with film production, especially because of the equipment and whatnot, you can try anything you want on anything you have, and there's a lot of freedom with it.
We've got incredible resources here, 4 fully networked studios that students have access to. Besides that, of course, a number of our film production students are keen to shoot on location, so outside of the university we've got great locations. The kits, facilities and resources here are excellent. We do incredibly well to make sure they remain up to date.
What I loved most about the degree was that it offered us with a range of professional equipment that we could go out and shoot wherever we wanted, both in the city and outside.
They treat us as if we're professionals in the industry. So having that is brilliant because it means that when we go off and finish uni, we already understand exactly how it is.
I was mostly glad when I got the chance to work on the Arri Alexa, which is a professional industry camera. And before third year, we also got a chance to work on the Sony f5 and the Canon C200, both of which offered great image and opportunities to play with different shots and framing when we were filming.
And the approach we take, which is really quite distinct, is about progressive access. That means we make sure that you can kind of master the necessary things you need to do in your first year before developing particular specialist skills around camera, post-production, directing and so on in your second year, in order to focus on the things you want to specialise in your third year.
There's also different studios we can film in, whether it's green screens or we can make a set in there. There's a lot of you basically have the freedom to do whatever you want because you have everything at your disposal to use.
We also used all kinds of professional lighting equipment, which gave us the opportunity to create that cinematic look in our short films.
You can take out anything you kind of imagine working with, and there's definitely a lot of exciting things to come up in the third year, especially like with the Arri Alexa.
It's an incredible piece of kit, and we're one of the only universities in the country that has access to Arri Alexas. And you can think of films such as Black Panther, Nomadland, are all things that have been shot on that camera.
There's a lot of things to look forward to as you study it.